In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about what life was like before sobriety. And spoiler alert, it sucked. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode here at Sobriety University. On this channel, I talk about addiction and recovery related topics. My name is Joel, and in this video, we're going to be talking about what life was like before sobriety. Now, before we begin, I want to let you know that I do have one-on-one sobriety coaching now available. If you are struggling with an addiction, if you know anyone that is, and you're sick and tired of just being sick and tired, repeating the same habits over and over, getting nowhere in life, and just watching life go by, well, I'm here to help you, and I invite you to apply down below to work with me personally. And together, we're going to help you get to that first 30 days of sobriety. I found that after I hit that 30-day mark in all of my addictions, no lie, that I was like, okay, I can actually do this for good now. I actually have a shot at long-term sobriety. I'm past that initial withdrawal stage. Like, I'm ready to do this. And that's what I want to help you get to as well, because for any of you that have dove into psychology at all, there are a lot of studies that show that it takes about 30 days to create a new habit. And after that 30-day mark, it's not as hard anymore. And again, if any of you have gone to the gym or done anything like that, started a new diet, you know that it takes about 30 days, right, to get to that new habit. And after that 30 days, it's a lot easier. So guys, again, feel free to apply down below. As we dive into the video, like, comment, subscribe, really helps the channel grow. And let's begin. So before I began addiction recovery, my life absolutely sucked. It was the hardest, most depressing, miserable time of my life, and I could not understand why for the life of me, because in the past I was very happy at many points in my life. I had a good social network, like in high school. I had a lot of friends. Life was like on the up and up trajectory. I had to do college, and that was amazing because I was around a bunch of people that were like-minded, and we could just party all the time, didn't have the folks around. And so when I got into this phase of just depression and anxiety and really intense using, I just didn't get it. And it was so frustrating because I was trying to get healthy. I was trying to get happy. I was going to therapy week after week after week, taking antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications. I tried like certain forms of shock therapy. And I just couldn't get happy. I was still miserable. And there'd be periods of time where I would be in my bed for days, just couldn't get out of bed, so depressed, watched too much Netflix, just like zombied out, just anything to just try to escape. And what I didn't realize I was doing was smoking copious amounts of weed, drinking now and then, smoking cigarettes, obviously binge watching television day after day after day, watching porn, just all these addictions. And my mind couldn't correlate that, dude, this may be one of the reasons why you're suffering so much, is because you're doing these insane dysfunctional behaviors over and over again. And that's just what's crazy about addiction, because as I say this, you're probably thinking, well, duh, dude, no wonder you were miserable. And as I'm saying this, I'm like, yeah, no wonder I was miserable. In the moment though, and for anyone that is out there in addiction, it's so hard to see out of just the microscopic second of pain that you're in. It's nearly impossible. And it took a lot of help from the universe, a lot of wake-up calls, a lot of uncomfortable experiences to finally realize that, oh, maybe this addiction thing is what's keeping me in misery. Maybe that's why I'm so unhappy, is because I'm using substances every single day, day in and day out. So after a period of living at home, which was very unpleasant, I ended up moving up into town here, and I decided to get my own place. I lived with a couple roommates, and that's really where my smoking took off. It started with, it was on New Year's Eve, and my work buddy was like, yeah, I'm looking to smoke or whatever tonight. I'm just gonna chill, smoke some weed. And I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. And for some reason, I'm like, you know what's even a better idea? Selling weed. I don't want to work at this job anymore. I'm going to go sell weed, and then I don't have to work here. And so that's what I did. I dove into dealing. I did adult marijuana, and large amounts too, pounds, ounces of dabs, which is wax. And yeah, it just got really ugly very quick. I was having people I was working with get held up. One guy had a gun to him at one point and he lost a pound of weed because of it. I ended up getting robbed about 10 grand, which was my own fault. And it was crazy because after that 10 grand loss, that still wasn't enough for me to quit. I was still using because the addiction was so strong. So I definitely empathize with anyone out there who is having having difficulty quitting, because it's very difficult. Difficult, period. And so again, I was many nights just like laying in bed, playing video games, super depressed still, but I had my weed so I could smoke, and just that made me feel a little bit better. However, once that weed wore off, I felt depressed and miserable again. And so I really had to say, okay, how am I gonna get out of this? And I tried multiple times, didn't really work out. I couldn't stick with it because I just wanted to get high. I wasn't ready, and that's totally okay. Sometimes we're not always ready. We have to have a few more experiences under our belt, a couple uncomfortable wake-up calls. And so again, that's what happened with the selling. Like I said, it was crazy. I didn't quit. I kept using, I kept dealing, and eventually I got in a little bit of trouble with the police. Thankfully, I didn't have a lot on me, so I only got like a $350 ticket. However, it could have been way worse, and that was my moment of being like, oh, wow. Next time something happens where I get in trouble, I might not get out of this. I was already on a strike 3. First strike was getting robbed. Second strike was this police ticket. You know, I was running out of strikes here. 3 strikes are out, as they say. And so that was my moment of clarity. That's when I realized, okay, I have to quit, or else I'm going to be in jail or dead in the next 10 years. That's not where I want to be. And so from that day on, I never used again. And I look back at that period of time with such gratitude that I'm not there anymore. And I get to live a way better life. I get to enjoy things. I get to have great food. I get to have a job, multiple jobs, a career. I can go golf. I just went golfing. Like, how crazy is that on a freaking Tuesday? And just the benefits that have come from that one decision to quit, that one leap of faith, have changed my life forever. And I cannot say how thankful I am to myself for having made that decision, to the universe for guiding me, giving me those uncomfortable situations, those warnings, I would say. And so I invite you to take a look at your life and think about where your higher self, your inner self, however you want to call it, is encouraging you to let go of the substance. Maybe that you're getting some outer signs too from the universe, God, higher power, universe, Buddha, whatever you choose to believe in. Being able to tune into both of those is going to be super key for long-term sobriety. And again, like I said, with sobriety coaching, that is something we're going to help you with, is to get to that place where you can be able to tap into your own wisdom, as well as the wisdom of the universe, to be able to make productive choices, to be able to get through issues way faster, and ultimately to be able to put down the substance, because that's what we want to get to, is a place of sobriety. And so, guys, if you are out there, if you are struggling, if you want to get free, apply down below and we'll definitely have a conversation. Would love to work with you and to help you reach your sobriety goals and dreams. So guys, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.